Today, we're going to talk about nature, and we're going to talk about music and nature, and we're going to talk about music and dance and nature. All right, so we have 4 seasons, right? Who can name a season? Jersey?
Summer.
Summer. Name another season, Jonathan? Winter. Aurelio?
God, he just stole my idea.
All right, he stole your idea. Giovanni?
Fall.
Fall. And what's the last one?
Summer.
We said summer.
Spring.
Spring. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Fall is also called autumn, right?
That's it.
Okay. So, many years ago, there was a composer. His name was Antonio, say that?
Antonio
Vivaldi.
Vivaldi.
Okay, now, he wrote beautiful music, and we have already learned that we can have a melody in music, and we can have a beat in music, but all music, like all dance, they're arts. And somebody, put your hand down please, I'm teaching, and somebody creates an art because of the feeling that they have. So one day, Mr. Vivaldi looked outside, as you can look outside, and saw how beautiful the world is, and the 4 seasons. And he decided to write a piece of music about each of the seasons. All right, what season are we in now? Adriana?
Fall.
Fall, all right? So how would I know that it's fall outside? How do I know that it's fall? Jael?
The leaves are falling.
The leaves are falling, and that's really where...
colors.
Okay, and what else? How else would I know it's fall, Jonathan?
Because people are raking a lot.
Okay, and what are they raking? Leaves, okay, because they fell down. How else would I know that it is fall?
Okay.
Okay? Yes?
Because the leaves.
A little louder, honey?
Because of the leaves.
What about the leaves? We know that there's a lot going on with the leaves. They fall down. What else?
When something blows, the leaves fall.
So the wind makes the leaves fall. But what? Something very special about the leaves that nobody's talking about. Jersey.
Leaves are different colors.
They turn different colors. Okay, all right. They turn different colors. All right. So Antonio Vivaldi, in one of his pieces of music, thought about these beautiful leaves that turn colors and blow around the place and fall to the floor, to the ground. All right. And what happens once they're off the trees and they fall to the ground? What happens to those leaves? Anyone know? Anyone know? No, they don't turn anything anymore. They fell. They fell. What happened? Yes? Don't raise your hand, honey, unless you have an answer, okay? So once the leaves fall, what
They blow away.
they blow away, and are they alive?
No.
No, they're dead, okay? So we're going to dance to Antonio Vivaldi's music, and I'm going to give everybody a colored scarf, okay? And the scarf represents the leaves. Now, before we go out and dance and get our scarves, I'd like to give you the rules. No one is to talk. Your body is speaking. Your dance is speaking, okay? No one is to push anybody. Aurelio, put your hands down for now, okay? No one is to hit anybody with their scarves. Okay, the scarves represent the leaves. So, I'm going to ask everybody to come on over here. You're very welcome. All right, so everybody's getting a scarf. So now before we get started, we have a lot of colors here. So in actuality, are there purple leaves out there?
No.
No. Are there pink leaves?
No.
Are there blue leaves?
No.
Are there black leaves?
No.
Are there red leaves?
Yes.
Are there yellow leaves?
Yes.
Are there orange leaves?
Yes.
Are there green leaves?
Yes.
And are there brown leaves?
Yes.
Okay, so, but these are the color scarves we have. So the first part of this dance is I want everybody, you wear a tree, and this is your leaf. All right, listen to your instructions. Are we ready?
Yes.
Again, there is no talking. Okay. So the leaves are on the trees, and they're swaying. Let's see if you can get different directions in the sway. How about if the leaves sway up and down, and maybe side to side. And forward and back. And in circles. We're not talking. And now the wind is getting very strong. We're not talking or I will tap you and ask you to sit down. Okay, now the leaves are flying off the trees, so move around. We're not talking. Okay, and maybe see if you can get the leaves to go up in the air. Sit down. Sit down. All right, now the leaves. Wind is blowing, and it's blowing all the leaves over to that side. Come on, everybody, go, go. And now the wind is blowing, and it's blowing all the leaves over to that side. Now the leaves are blowing everybody that way. And now the leaves are blowing that way. And now, twirl around and around, it's a big wind. Make your leaves very, very high. And slowly, they're falling. They're falling. And they're falling. And you're falling with them. All the way down to the floor. You and the leaves end up on the floor. You're not by the chairs. All the way down, honey. And here comes this big human. And she is going to rake up all the leaves. When I touch you, move toward the center and form a pile. Jersey, no talking? Okay, come on, form a pile. Form a pile. I don't know any leaves that talk. Shh, excuse me. Okay, everybody's in a pile. And here comes another human. A big kid. And this kid is gonna run and jump into the pile of leaves. Okay. All right. What was the music like? Did you think the music fit the dance? Do you think this music belonged to this dance? Kale?
Yes.
Why? Speak loudly, honey.
Because it was a really nice dance
Did you like this music?
and
Okay, so it was a nice dance and the music was nice too. Why else does anybody think that the music fit the dance? Leslie?
because the music matched how we're moving.
Okay, so the music kind of had all those sways and twirls, just like what we were doing. Is that what you're saying, Giovanni?
Well, I was gonna say like the same as lesson, but then like the song like we're just doing some movements that go for each part. Like then when we're at the part where we're falling down, the music was kind of like low.
Yeah. So when we were falling down, the music sort of fell down and almost disappeared too.
Yeah, and then when you were raising the leaves, it started to get the higher music.
Okay,
and then
so
when you like jumped into the fire, it got like really high.
excellent. How many people liked being leaves that were attached to the trees when we were in the beginning of the dance? Okay, what did you like about that part? What did you like about that part, Aurelio?
I like the part of when you were like spinning them, like.
Oh,
like,
you liked spinning the leaves.
they're like twirling them around.
Right, oh, okay. Anybody else like being attached to the tree first? Maria Cruz?
We was like spinning around in a circle.
Okay. How many people like the part where you blew off the tree and you were running all over the place? How many people like that and why? Jared, what did you like about that?
I liked that we got to like go everywhere and the leaves were really moving really quick.
Right. And doesn't it look sometimes when there's a big gust of wind, doesn't it look like
Yeah.
that's what the
Yeah.
actual leaves
When
are doing?
last year when Sandy Hurricane, I saw these leaves and it looked like a leaf tornado for me.
Yeah. I have seen things like that. And how many people like when the, please don't talk now, when the wind blew us in one direction and then in the other direction?
Yeah.
Did you like that? Was that exciting to move as one whole group?
Yeah.
All right. And how many people liked it when you were way up high and you slowly started to fall to the floor? What was that like?
Like the leaves were like falling down.
And what did that feel like for you? Was that a happy feeling? Was that a sad feeling? Was happy feeling? Okay, anybody, and what do you think?
I think the music and the dance is fun because we can do the trees, the leaf stick to the tree and you imagine you jump in the fake leaf.
Right. So what was that like being raked into a pile, everybody pushed into one place? What was that like? Yes, Adriana.
It was like it was a mess and
It was a mess. Okay, so what about that mess? Was that fun being in a mess, or was that yicky being in a mess?
it
Anybody?
was fun.
That was fun meeting the mess.
It was fun. And
Yes.
I have to compliment you all. You got into that messy pile very nicely and nobody hurt anybody. That was wonderful. And what did it feel like when I said there was a big kid who was going to jump on you? What did that feel like? What did that feel like, J.O.?
I feel like that you were gonna really like jump on us, but
So what did you feel like when you saw me running toward you?
I was feeling like that we were gonna be like real leaves, so you could jump in us, right?
Okay.
But it was.
I was nervous because I was gonna I thought you were gonna jump us for real.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, you all had very scared looks on your faces. I would have been scared too. There was no way I could actually jump on you and you would all be safe.
There was a hole in the middle.
One last thing, going back to the music. Would you say the music was happy? Would you say the music was sad? Would you say it was happy and sad? All right, now how about some people who haven't spoken at all? Okay? Ava, well, how was the music for you?
Happy and sad.
Happy and sad. So, what was the happy part about? What was happy in that
It
music?
was getting faster and then slower.
So, and was the slow part happy or was the slow part sad? Not sure? Okay. Maria Cruz?
I had it just all happy.
You thought it was all happy, all right? Was there anybody who thought there was a little sadness in this? All
I
right?
know that's
All right, why do you think there was a little sadness in this?
Because it might, I thought it was gonna go a bit sad.
Okay, but why? Why do you think he put some sadness in this music, Giovanni?
Well, I think it was happy and sad because in the first part, the music was getting like happier and happier, but then when we kept going from the music, it's starting to get like lower and lower, so that means it's starting to get like sad, like.
Right.
And then when we got back up, the music went up, and then the music was people
And isn't
were
that-
happy again.
Isn't that something like leaves for a minute? Okay, in the beginning, they're on the trees and they're all happy and then they whirl around the place and then they're falling and falling and falling and falling. Remember we said that when they fall, at the very end, they die. And that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. Did you have fun doing this?
Yes.
Okay, if we were going to do this activity backwards, if we were going to take the whole dance and do it backwards, okay, what would be the first thing I'd have to do? We're doing it backwards, we're taking it from the end to the beginning. Aurelio?
We will have to do you jumping in the leaves.
Right,
The pile.
absolutely. And then what would happen? Okay, what would happen then?
You would break up all the leaves.
Break apart the leaves, right. And then what would happen? This is terrific. And then what would happen? Jared?
Then you would kind of wait.
Okay, so the leaves are now apart, and then what happens?
Put leaves in.
The leaves will go back to the tree.
The leaves would go back up, and then eventually back to the trees.
They'll
Up, down, up, down.
Right. That was wonderful. You were able to put together that whole sequence from the beginning to the end, and then from the end back to the beginning. So today when you go home, and some of you ride your school buses, and some of you walk, and some of you are in cars, look at those leaves out there and think about what you felt like being a leaf. Thank you very much, boys and girls. That was wonderful. So we give you a round of applause.